Some of them will play the ball back and squeeze it. You see, to make it run to the back of the green. There's all different ways of doing it. But for you to start, you've got to have a starting point, and you've got to be able to understand what you have to do with when you're hitting a wedge. A wedge is a club, as I told you a moment ago, for different distances, okay? The worst thing that you can do with a wedge is decelerate. This is one game. It's not like driving an automobile where speed kills. This, you want speed. You want speed with every shot that you hit. Doesn't make any difference what it is. The left hand has to be, unless it's a flop shot, the left hand has to be moving faster than the club head, or at the same speed. It's pulling the club to the ball. Now, when you do this, the ball has to be played back in your stance a little more. You can't play it forward, and the reason for it is the bounce. If you play the ball too far forward, and you're a flipper, what we call a flipper, the butt of the club as you're coming down starts going that way. You know, because most people do that. Most people will get there and they go, you see that? That's it. Not only are you increasing the bounce on this wedge, you're also changing the loft of this club, which is a no-no. Because you practice hitting shots with a certain loft. That's what you're doing. This is what going into your computer. You understand? So what you have to do is you have to get into a position. Most of the time you have to aim a little bit left. Nobody that has a real good short game is square to target with a chip shot. Yeah, they're just not. You're usually a little bit open to where you're facing the target this way. And the reason for it is because we're going to keep the left hand in front. You see this? Here. Now the secret to hitting this shot is to make sure that the club is descending. It is going down when it hits this ball. You never help it up. When you want to flop it up, this club is working down. You see that? It has to catch that ball first. That's why these guys went to MIT and Harvard. They showed to put the bounce on this club. You see that? That bounce is there for a reason. And that bounce is there for you to beat the hell out of this worm. And then the bounce brings the club back up. That's why you can't play a bunker shot. You get in a bunker and you go, now, people, if you are a flipper and you can't get out of flipping, then you gotta get a wedge that has a lot of bounce to it. I mean, no bounce. Less bounce. Why? Because you're adding bounce. You understand what I'm saying? So if you have a wedge that has 12-degree bounce on it, and you flip it, now you got 14 to 16-degree bounce. And now this is where the blades are going to come from, and the chili. But all the time that you can, always work the club down. See that? If you did it in slow motion, you would see that I'm right in this position here when I hit the ball. You understand? And most people are here. And people always try to help. They get behind a bunker and they got a little heel up, and you see them, they go. Now that's a hell of a no-no. If anything, you want to go here. And when you go down on that shot, that ball will come up the club face and it'll go higher. You think it's going to go high when you're here. You know what you're going to do? You're going to add loft, you're going to chili dip it in the bunker, or you're going to blade it. It's not going to go up there the way you want it. So when you're hitting this shot uphill, always go against the wall. Pretend that you're in a doorway. And in the doorway, you want to put your left shoulder up against it here. Now, next time you go out and you practice a little bit, I want you to hit a lot of shots by leaning on the doorway. Just lean on this doorway and then just go to hell. I mean, just go with it. Go with it. What happens, big thing now, is all these guys are talking about, you read a magazine, you pick them up. You know, half the people that write those articles in those magazines don't even play golf. You know that? Huh? They don't play golf. You know what they'll do is they'll call whomever is endorsing this lesson, and they'll ask them 3 questions, and they'll say, don't worry about it, I'll fill it in. They have no clue. What they do is they read these magazines and they read these articles from other players. And then they started implementing all this different stuff. Has nothing to do with what you want to do. And the big thing that I don't like that they're teaching is they teach a lot of getting set. You got to get here. You see that? That's a no-no. You're a dead person right there. That's why you hit that big banana. You get here and you go, and then you go,
Sweet.
and you cut right across. You can get right here. You can get right there and put that weight on your left side. Right there. Get up against that door. And you can stand there and you'll get more speed. Now let me show you why. It's when you're here, you don't immediately go this way, do you? It goes that way for a while. That's costing you speed. Think about it. That's costing you speed. Now, the fastest left shoulder ever in the game of golf was Jack Nicklaus. If you watch old films of him, and that's just, he had a high fade, believe it or not. That's what he played his whole life, is a high fade. The one that's doing his left shoulder better than anyone I know now is Webb Simpson. Watch his left shoulder, fast left shoulder. What he does is when he has a left shoulder that fast, is it holds the angle longer. And what it does is hold it. That's why he's so good with the irons. Notice how he's always hitting the greens and stuff. Because when he gets here and he moves that left shoulder. But when you get set here, you're gonna go sideways. That's a no-no. If you get up against this wall, watch this, and you start down, the first move of the downswing, what's gonna happen? The left hip, it can't go over there anymore. It's gonna go this way. You see that? And there's your speed. When you go into the gym and you practice and you train for Fourth Street, and they give you that bungee. You're not doing this, are you? No, you're going with that bungee rope. You understand? So be careful about this. But the short game, as I said a minute ago, is really one of the most important ones. And you can implement this right down through all your clubs. If the ball keeps going to the right, it's simply because the club is not rotating enough. Ladies that are here that play, I taught at the Greenbrier for 3 years. I would only give 2 lessons a day, that's all. And I had those girls lined up all the way to Roanoke, and that's about 100 But I used a lot of crazy stuff, you know. So the lady used to tell me, most ladies I get out there and they get to swinging and they go, you know, I'm telling you, not all of them, but a lot of the ladies, and some of the guys, they go. So I'd get them out there and I said, listen, and they said, what do you think? I said, you know, I said, have you ever hit a ball left? She said, what do you mean? I said, have you ever hit a ball hook? And she said, never. She said, it goes right over there. They're aiming here, and it goes right over. And I said, let me ask you a question. I said, I want you to think of something, okay? I got you in this house. I said, I have you in the basement. I said, I'm gonna cut a hole in the floor up above the basement. I'm gonna put you on a ladder and I'm gonna stick your head through this floor. And then I'm gonna hand you a club in the basement and I want you to swing it. And she says, wait, I said, if the floor was right here on your shoulder and I handed you a club, how are you gonna swing it? And she'd go, you got it. I said, you don't need me anymore. You got it. I said, that's it. I said, that's it. That's the lesson. I said, pay me. Goddamn, go sign the check. Get me out of here. And she said, you're gonna be kidding me. I said, I'll tell you. I said, I'll give you a tip better than that. And she says, what is that? I said, let me catch you. You drive a car? Yeah. You drive one-handed or two-handed? Well, sometimes two hands, sometimes one. I said, did you know that when you played golf and you put the club down that you actually had 3 club faces? And they look at me and they say, what? I said, you know what the difference is between golf pros and regular people that play? They have no idea what their hands are doing. They have no clue. They look down at that head and man, that club's going everywhere. They have no idea what these 2 things are doing right now. They just know you push it back. You go close, you go open, you go outside, inside, short, long. What? I didn't make it. I said, no, I want you to look at this. I want you to do something. I want you to put your hands out in front of me. Okay. I says, now, you're driving a golf cart. You're sitting on the golf cart at a red light. I says, now I want you to, I hand him the club. I said, now I want you to take this club. I says, now you notice you got the club? She said, yeah. Okay, now, there's a street here on the left, the red light. I says, now, do you see where that club is facing? She said, yeah. I said, it's facing where? To that street, isn't it? She said, yeah. I said, where's the left hand facing? She said, it's to the street. I said, that's the other club face. I said, you notice how these two club faces? I said, so wherever this club face, see, whatever this club face does, moves that way. The hell with that club face is, what are you going to do with this one? What? See that? I said, now you put your right hand on. I said, do you see where the palm of your right hand's facing? I said, it's facing to that street. She said, yeah. I said, look. I said, you got three club faces facing in the same direction. I said, that one, this one, and this one. I said, now, you don't need any more lessons. Why? I said, you can go hit a golf ball and watch the ball. And wherever the ball goes will tell you how you turn the steering wheel. And she says, no. I said, watch. I'll tee a ball up for her. This is the God's truth. I teed the ball and I said, now there you are. Now you're in the cart and the steering wheel. And you're at a red light. And we're going left, baby. When that thing turns green, we're going left. What are you going to do with the steering wheel? She says, I'm going to turn it. That's the second lesson. I said, you got it. You don't need anything else. And she got up there, and the first shot she hit, she went like this. And she turned that steering wheel, and she hit the prettiest damn hook you ever seen in your life. She says, I've never in my life done that before. I said, no. I said, think about the three club faces. These are the two most important. That's not important. What's going to happen is these hands, these two club faces are the ones that tell you what the ball is doing. All you got to do is watch the ball and see what it's doing. If I take three balls, if I take three golf balls and see, and this is the steering wheel, and I'm having a tough time seeing, to tell you the truth. I got contacts on, and I don't know. I had so many splash shots today. I'm throwing tomatoes out of the But you see, when we put the ball down and we want to hit just a little bit of a draw, you see that? Now, that's the steering wheel. That's all it is. If we wanted to go and punch this ball and go straight, you see what happens is we don't turn the steering wheel. And we just hold on to the steering wheel and go straight. If we wanted to go and make the ball go just a little bit to the right, see, we turn the steering wheel a little bit to the right. And when you're on the driving range and you're doing this and the ball, and you think you're turning the steering wheel and the damn ball's going in those bushes, you're not turning the steering wheel, you're turning it the other way. When a guy tells you to take a left at the light, goddamn, you're going in the ditch on the right. So you can actually teach yourself to do this. I mean, this is the easiest thing there is to do. Once you learn and once you understand the mechanics of this, it's not real hard. I mean, I came off a cotton farm with no education, and I want to like golf tournaments. I got to know something. I could have done that farmer's insurance commercial, you know. Yeah, I know a little something. We've done a little something, you know. But all these shots, like if I wanted to hold this one here and go up just a little bit higher, see what?
Oh, sweet.
This is what we call just a little rake. This is what we call a rake. In other words, what we're doing is we're holding loft. We still have speed, but the ball's not going to go as far because we're yanking a little quicker this way. And the quicker you yank to the left. Now watch again. Now watch pull left. See it?
Not much.
See that? See that? Now, if we were going to take this and say, for instance, there was a par 5. There's a par 5. There's 2 bunkers in the front. You can actually, watch this, you can actually go in between them. See that? You can just hook it right on in there, in between them. In between the 2 bunkers. You don't have to go over them.
Wow, what a shot. What a shot. Wow.
You can do it. You can do all that. A guy says, how hard can you hit it to go short? I said, hell, you don't have to hit it hard to go short. I said, you can hit it as hard as you want to. See that? How hard did I hit that? It ain't going anywhere.
Right.
You know why? I mashed it in the ground. I used to play a guy with one club, and we play old course. There you go. Yeah. That's a 170-yard sand wedge. I bladed it.
Done good.
Any questions here on anything? Big John's coming in.
You're